Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing video, and today I'm going to do a RAW unboxing. This of course is Kamen Rider Zi-O, and he's just been released in Japan some 2 weeks ago. The series has ended on Japanese TV, and so Medicom Toys has released this figure under the new Real Action Heroes Genesis line. With the RAH Genesis line, you'll expect a few changes. One of them is improved packaging. As you can see here, it's a really large box, alright, but very high quality. The design is quite simple. If you know, Kamen Rider Zi-O is based on the watch motif, right? So there's a few details here. As you can see, this is from the 20th anniversary, or should I say the 20 years of Kamen Rider. Alright, you can see Kamen Rider Zi-O, and you can see the clock motif right there, and you got the quartz design on the sides. So with the RAH Genesis line, you can expect two things. One is a bigger, better, high quality box, and of course the other one is a more premium price. Alright, so does that mean it's better quality? In a way, yes. So let's have a look. I think this is probably the 6th or 7th figure in the RAH Genesis line. So anyway, upon opening, you can see the beautiful interior art look of the figure itself. These are actually from the promotional pictures and whatnot, and you can see on the side here he's got a light up feature and some of the various accessories that he has. Right there, he's got his gun, his articulated belt, a Zi-O driver, and the various ride watches, and of course more shots of his accessories, and the stand. Of course, it's a customized stand for Kamen Rider Zi-O. So the quality of this is really nice. Okay, it's got like a slip cover thingy, very nice quality. On the side, see again close up of Kamen Rider Zi-O and the side profile of the man himself. Alright, so nothing on the inside. Excuse me if this is going to be a long video, but I just wanted to give you a feel of the unboxing experience of this figure. So we got the Real Action Heroes. I think this is the mailing address. If you got any issues, comments, you can mail to Medicom Toys. Not sure what this is. I think this is pretty standard in most of the Medicom figures. I'm not sure what it is, but you can pause it and give me some comments. And of course you get the manual, I think. Yep, some instructions on how to actually operate the light up feature. As you can see here, you got to press a few buttons and then you'll detach. Then the batteries are built in. Close it up and you go. There you go. So one of the buttons to activate the light up is actually integrated into his helmet, which is a very nice, neat feature. And some more instructions. So it takes cell batteries, which I'm not sure whether they actually provide in the packaging itself. So let's have a look later. So it takes 3 cell batteries, some pairs of hands. Again, there's this iconic left hand of the short and long finger, similar to the clock design. And of course the right watches, how you can slot in and out his hands. And this is how, okay, this is not sure what this is. Basically it's just warning not to get too close to the suit because it might rub against it. And at the back, a few more illustrated instructions here and there. So further accessories, basically the ride watch. You got the Zi-O ride watch and Kamen Rider build. Not sure what this is. Basically this is how you attach it to the driver, like in the show itself. It's pretty neat. So you can actually rotate it. I'm not sure if you can rotate 360, but it can tilt. And this is how you slot it into his forearm accessory and all that. And the sword itself can also take a ride watch, which is just like the show itself. And basically how do you assemble the stand? Alright, so you basically have to clip the ring into his waist to display him. Alright, so pretty cool that they come up with some instructions. In the previous lines they actually don't provide this, so this is a step forward from the RAH Genesis line. Okay, again with the unboxing experience, you have this foam top right here, and you get Kamen Rider Zi-O right there. Let's zoom in a bit. Sorry if it's a bit tilted, but yeah, I just want to get this video out as soon as possible to you guys. So you got these cut out foam parts, and let's get the guy out there. He's got a bit of these plastic attachments, which, you know, quite troublesome. So as I understand from the RAH Genesis line, the body is also modified in the sense that it's more robust. It'll be less prone to any damage, cracks and whatnot. But I'm not too sure about the quality of the suit, you know. As I mentioned before in my previous videos, it's like over time, how do you know whether these leather suits or rubber suits actually hold up, you know? Will they deteriorate and all that stuff? So yeah, hopefully this RAH Genesis line will be able to kind of address those quality issues that they had like some 10-15 years ago that people have been complaining about. So yeah, man, if only I've got the scissors. Right, his legs are done. Now to do his hands. You know what? I'll just go and talk about the figure itself. Right. So there are various plastic thingies you gotta kind of remove. So I don't want to overdo it, just in case I snap something, you know. So gotta be careful as well not to pull too hard. And he's got a bit of foam there on the back so it doesn't rub on the suit. Okay, there you go. Kamen Rider Zi-O. I'm just exaggerating. So again, you can see another plastic piece right there, which I shall remove. I will display him because I kind of believe that the quality issues would have been mostly addressed, so I wouldn't be too worried about the skin leather peeling and all that stuff, the paint peeling, hopefully, right? If that happens, trust me, I will not buy any more Medicom toys, right? This guy cost me about $280 US. Now that's a lot of money for a 12-inch figure, alright? Let alone it's not a Marvel figure, it's a tokusatsu hero from Japan. Alright, he is the last Heisei generation rider, so quite a milestone for this guy. Okay, anyway, let's get straight to the figure. Well, first off, the material. On first touch, it feels like a rubber suit. Alright, I can say that the same for all the previous Kamen Riders. under the RAH line, but this one feels more like a diving suit, you know, the diving suit which is like waterproof, quite smooth in that sense. So that's the feeling that I get when I touch the suit. So all around the back and all that is pretty good. It's stretchable, hopefully. And as always with Kamen Riders, it's always about posing him in that rider kick pose, so you gotta stretch him out and all that stuff. So it's always about the crotch area getting stretch marks, but I don't think this figure will have that problem. And you can see the paint job. The pink looks fantastic, looks really bright. Alright, fantastic. Paint job A+. Now this is the Shin Guard. It's made of hard plastic right there. Underneath you got the molded feet, alright, with the Japanese characters underneath. And you can see his forearm accessory where he can attach the rider watch. The hands look consistent with the suit, at least the pink bits coming to the middle part of the figure. Zoom it in, shall we? Get close up. So the paint job, the silver paint job looks great. The rider, the Zi-O driver looks great as well. You can clearly see the year 3102 or 8102, and it is, yes, you can do a 360. Okay, so if you want to do a 360, of course, it's you have to do it manually, but it is articulated, so you can do the rotation. Pretty cool. On the sides, the paint job on the shoulder armor looks great, and the face looks good. Just in case you're wondering, the clock pieces here are made of hard plastic, so you have to be careful, because if you drop it, it's your fault, it may break. Alright, so the silver pieces look great. The eyes look fantastic. The white paint job looks great as well. All around the helmet, it's pretty consistent. So I believe, yep, so this one, oh, it already lights up. You don't have to install it. Oh, look at that. That's cool. That is cool. Now, I don't think you can leave it on. Can you? Is that a switch? Don't think so. So if you want to turn it on, you have to manually press it. Alright. There you go. So, not too sure if there's an option for you to kind of leave it on. Alright. So, on camera it looks really bright. You can't really see the pink bits, it's kind of blown out. But in person I can tell you it's pure pink. Alright, it looks great. It doesn't look blown up like this, whitewashed. It's just pink, really bright pink. Alright, so trust me on that, it looks pink in person. So I like the suit a lot. Let's face it, I love the suit. It looks great. You can expect him to be highly posable. Paint job looks good. Okay, now let's just move on quickly to the accessories before I forget. So you get the fists, pair of fist hands, fisties right there. Get the pair of relaxed hands. Well, this is more like the grabby hands. This of course is to hold the gun as well as the sword. Again, the paint job looks consistent. It's got that bright pink tone to it, and that's good. You don't want something which is too bright and too dark. And he's got that pose where he does this thingy. Alright, so that's cool. The other thing I was wondering is, like, you pay a premium for this guy and he doesn't come with many accessories, right? So all that accessories is underneath the second layer, right there. You can see, okay, so there's a gap here, you just pull it out. So there's nothing else in the box. There is a magnet thingy on the box, so you can close it. See that? Let's go to the accessories. There's a layer here, you take it out. So with the RAH Genesis line, I expect to have the same stand right here. So this is articulated. It's not spring loaded, so you don't have to like apply too much pressure on the figure, and that's good. And you've got this articulated stand, right? It's really heavy, really thick, really firm, right? Definitely takes a bit of effort to bend it, and that's good, right? You want something that holds the figure so it doesn't drop. Okay, so let's have a look at the stand, the floored surface. So it's got that white finish, very simple design. Paint job looks very simple as well. It's kind of glossy, so no complaints about that. So let's have a look at the sword. Again, pretty nice. You've got Kamen Rider Bill right watch, right? So that's pretty awesome. Whew, this guy was really hard to put in. So the right watch, you got to put it at a certain angle and then it'll stick. It's not magnetized, it's purely based on the angle in which you slot it in, which is kind of disappointing. As you can see here, it's not perfect. I gotta say that this is not the best design. I would say this would be a negative for this figure. It's absolutely so hard to put it in. I've been struggling a lot with it, and even if you can't slot it in, you probably have to use a lot of force. And I am applying a lot of force to this guy. I don't know why it's not fitting in. Maybe it's because I should slot the small one. Then I'm thinking that can't be the case. Look at the size of this. Alright, but anyway, yeah, it kind of sucks that this figure has this kind of problem, especially at this price point. You wouldn't have to struggle. I just made it magnet and they'll be done with it. As you can see here, it's not perfect, but anyway. So the gun here is meant to act as a dual piece, as in you got the gun form, then you can just separate this piece so that see, there you go, dropped. And you're supposed to slot the blade into the figure itself. Can't be able to refer the instructions, but yeah, it's supposed to go in this way, I think. So yeah, there you go. So it's pretty sharp blade. It's got a bit of clear plastic there, and again I've got to say that this piece is not very well designed. This particular part where you attach the right watch to the gun, it's not very well done. And as for the driver itself, again, not as bad as the fitting into the gun issue, but it's also facing the same problem where you gotta fit it in. It's not magnetized. You gotta put it at a certain angle so that it will stick, right? as you can see here, I think I got it right for the driver. And for this one, I found out that actually this is a smaller version of the Kamen Rider build. Kamen Rider build watch. It's supposed to slot it inside one of these here. Alright, so again, you have to face that challenge of making sure it goes in the right way. So this one, straight away, not much of a problem. And if you're just wondering whether these right watches here are removable, the answer is no, they are not removable. Alright, you probably could remove it, but it's not worth the effort, honestly. So, Kamen Rider Zi-O. And I did check if the figure itself has that permanent on feature for the LED lights. I don't think so. Doesn't seem to be the case. Which is, again, I don't know, maybe it's a plus point, maybe it's a negative, depends on how you look at it. But yeah, probably to conserve the battery power and all that stuff. But basically, if you want it on, you gotta manually just switch it on like that, which is kind of weird. Oh, there you go. Sorted it out. Done. So basically, you have to push it really deep one time, then it'll click in place. And that way you get the on, the lights on in a permanent manner. Alright, so you can hear the cracking of the joints. Right. Now, the reason why I'm doing that and I'm not being too careful is because, see, the thing just came out. Anyway, probably can just blue tack it in. But anyway, yeah, so expect a more robust 12-inch body. The suit looks great. Again, like I've said many times, the paint job looks great. The light up feature looks fantastic, especially in person. Again, the pink parts are not blown out like what you see in the video. It's completely pink, and that's pretty cool. Alright. Yeah. So, you can see a bit of flickering, right? So, let's just switch it off. Okay. There you go. So, you know what? Just for the sake of completeness, why don't we just switch up the hands? Alright, just for the sake of, you know, just pull out one side and get his holding, gripping hand right there. The thing about gripping hand is at least it's still, you can still move it around. It's not made of very hard plastic. Now this will be another challenge. Typically you'll have to like heat up the hand so that it's easier for you to slot it in. Alright. I prefer the Fies method, you know, for the Fies figure you can actually, it's made of two parts, you can actually pull out the fingers and slot the guy in. But, you know, live camera, live recording while we do this. Come on. We got people waiting. You know, just waiting to break something, right? Just probably waiting. Okay, I got a thumb on. I got the other fingers in. Okay, almost there. Just the trigger finger. And there you go. What an effort. Alright, so let's put this in. Alright, look at that. Kamen Rider Zi-O. Should we do that other hand as well with the pointy pose? Which is kind of like a pointing gesture. Okay, so he goes like this, right? To similarly like the clock watch, but you can also do it this pointing pose, right? As you can see here, actually if you take out the hands, you can see the composition of the leather. Alright, not too sure what material they use, whether it's real leather or not, I'm not too sure, but I would hope so. Okay, okay, there you go. So very nice figure. Again, it really depends on you on whether this price at 280 bucks, is it a worthwhile price to pay for such a figure? You know, you're paying for the packaging as well, let's face it. You're paying for the light up feature. The Kamen Rider franchise has always been very expensive, whether it's a kid's toy or collectible like this one. So again, your mileage may vary. You may be a big Zi-O fan, and if you are, I would suggest you pick this up. Despite its flaws, you know, in terms of the right watches not being able to fit nicely into the weapons and also his various parts of his suit, but this one seems to be okay. You know, to me, I think Medicom should have just made it magnetized, so at least not trouble everyone trying to force it in and risk breaking stuff. Alright, so the details are absolutely fantastic. You know, I don't have any issues with it. As you can see here, the Zi-O logo as well from the back. The suit seems to be very stretchable. I don't think they'll be susceptible to damage. It can probably hold up for quite some time. And as you can see here, there's a bit of ankle articulation here, which is good. So you can get more poses out of this guy. In fact, let's just do that. Let's see how he stands. Alright, so with ankle articulation, you can do a lot more pose. As you can see, his feet is also his shoes are quite thick as well. So to give them his better stand a bit better. I think the thing with figures is that you do want to make sure he spreads his legs so there's even distribution of weight and he doesn't fall, you know, but yeah. So the other thing is this table surface is not completely flat, let's say. So let's just pose him on a whim just to see how far he stretches. Yeah, I think this won't be an issue anyway because you're going to be using a stand. Alright, for such an expensive figure, you must as well display him with a stand. So you can see how far his ankle articulation goes. It's made of very soft rubber. It's not hard plastic. Alright, it's made of rubber. Only this is hard plastic. The rest is soft. The upper body armor, the upper chest area is made of hard plastic. And yeah, pretty darn cool. Gotta say, pretty darn cool. I'm just waiting if Medicom Toys actually releases a Oma Zi-O figure. I would say the final form of Kamen Rider Zi-O, and that would be super awesome. In fact, I have Oma Zi-O right here from the SH Figure Arts line. Alright, this is I think the 5-inch, 3-inch line. I'm not too sure how many inches this guy is. But if they came out with this figure in 12 inches under RAH Genesis line, sign me up. 300 bucks, I don't mind paying for that. Alright, so yep, hope you like the video. Subscribe, comment, follow me on IG LKHOE23. Yep, sorry for the long video, but it is a very expensive figure, and I know that some of you guys have been contemplating on getting this figure, maybe or maybe not, simply because he is very expensive for a figure that doesn't have a lot of accessories, but his accessories are, you know, they are something. I mean, it's quality, right? Not quantity, in a way. So yeah, the other thing is that, you know, some people might be commenting that there's not enough ride watches. They could have come up with a few more, especially those iconic ones like Fies or whoever it is. So yeah, so hope you like the video. Hope you find this video helpful in helping you to make a decision on whether to purchase this figure, right? So yeah, the RAH Genesis line has been doing really well, I think. If you're a premium collector, I think this will be a fantastic piece to add to your collection, right? So